Happy morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about fiber and fabrics. Introduction of fibers. Fiber, a material which is available in the form of thin and continuous strand called fiber. There are two types of fibers, natural fiber and synthetic fiber or man-made fibers. The fibers is obtained from plants and animals. Getting for plant, that's called as a plant fiber. Getting for animal, that's called as a animal fiber. Fabrics. Cloths are made of fabrics and fabrics are made of fibers. Fabric is synonym of cloth. Fabric is not only used in making of cloths, rather fabrics are used in the making bedsheet, bag, doormats, mats and many endless items. Fiber, a material which is available in the form of thin and continuous strand is called fiber. There are two types of fiber. One is a natural fiber and the another one called as a man-made fiber or synthetic fiber. Fabric. Cloths are made of fabric and fabrics are made of fiber. Fabric is synonym of cloth. Fabric is not only used in making of cloths, rather fabrics are used in making bedsheet, bags, doormats, mats and many endless items. Variety of fabrics. There are many types of fabrics: wool, cotton, silk, jute, nylon, etc. are the name of some of the fabrics. Some fabrics appear shiny while some appear very dull. Some fabrics keep us warm while some of the fabric we like to use in summer. Fabric depend upon fiber from which it is made. Fiber. It is the fiber which make fabric. Fiber can be classified to two types: natural fiber, artificial fiber or synthetic fiber. First one, the natural fiber. Fiber that we get from the nature are called natural fiber. For example, cotton, wool, silk and jute, etc. are example of natural fiber. Natural fiber getting from animals, wool and silk. From plants, cotton and linen. Artificial fiber. Fibers made in the laboratory are called man-made fiber or synthetic fiber. For example, nylon, polyester, acrylic and terracotta. See the picture, the nylon, rayon, polyester and terling. Types of natural fiber. Natural fibers further can be classified into two groups: plant fiber, cotton, jute, coir, silk cotton, hemp, flax. Fiber which we get from plant source are called plant fiber. For example, cotton, jute, flax, cotton fiber, etc. Animal fiber. Animal fiber. Animal fiber are the most common natural fiber found at crime scene. These include wool, mohair, cashmere, alpaca, mink. Fiber we get from animal are called animal fiber. For example, wool and silk. We get wool from sheep, goat, camel, etc. Sheep, goat, camel, etc. have thick layer of hair on their body which protect them from harsh climate. Hair of their body is called fleece. This fleece is cut out and called wool. We get silk from the silkworm. Some plant fiber. Table showing the characters of fiber. Test of identify fiber. Fibers. Observation. On burning. Fibers. Silk. Wool. Artificial cloth. Observation. Burn with smell like burned hair. Smell like burned hair. Curls. Smell. Silk. Wool. Artificial cloth. Burned hair, characteristics odor. That's called as a colorless. Residue, silk and wool, dull black, hollow bed which crushes easily to powder. Artificial cloth, dark, hard bed. Cotton. Cotton is cultivated in the field. In India, cotton is known for 1800 BC. Cultivation of cottons need water climate and black clay soil or drought resistant plants. Cotton is cultivated almost in the every part of India. Cotton fiber is cultivated at large scale in the state of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and Madhya Pradesh. Cotton is sown in the early spring. Its plants are about 1 to 2 meter in height. Cotton plants take 60 days in flowering. Cotton flower turn into the fruit. Fruit of the cotton are spherical in shape. Cotton fruit have lemon type shape and size. Cotton fruit are called cotton balls. After maturing, the cotton balls burst to open the seed covered with cotton fiber become visible. The color of cotton fiber is white or colorless. Cotton fiber is called cotton wool also. A cotton field look like a field covered with snow. Processing of cotton. Cotton balls are picked up by hand from field. After picking up, seed inside the cotton ball are separated by combing. The process of combing to separate out seeds from the cotton ball is called ginning of cotton. Ginning of cotton is traditionally done manually. These days, machine is used for ginning. Machine which is used combing of cotton is called ginning machine. Ginned cotton is compressed in bales. The weight of one bale is up to 200 kg. Cotton bales are then sent to the desired place like in the spinning mill. Uses of cotton. Some of the uses of cotton are given below. It making fabrics in hospital, sterilized cotton used as absorbent and non-absorption cotton used for laboratories. In bandage which is made up of cotton is used in hospital for dressing. A filler in mattress, pillow, quilt, etc. The cotton seed oil, which is edible oil, is obtained from cotton seed. Jute. Jute is cultivated to obtain jute fiber. Jute is called patsan, pata or patuna in Hindi. Jute plant is cultivated mainly in Indian subcontinent and in African country. Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of jute plant. Jute fiber is cultivated during the rainy season. After cutting of jute plant, it is left for some day in the field. When leaves are dried up, these are immersed in stagnant water. In stagnant water, gummy matters that hold the fiber with its stem is eaten away by the bacteria. This process called as retaining. In few days, jute stem rot completely. After retaining, jute fiber are separated by hand. The fibers part is dried and tied in bundles and sent to the factories. Jute fiber are long, rough, coarse, but not very strong. Uses of jute. Some of the uses of jute fiber are given below. Jute fiber is used for making gunny sacks, mats, door mats, ropes, etc. Some fine jute fiber are used to make fabric for clothes. As environmentally friendly, nature of jute fiber, handbags made from it become very popular these days. Flax. Like jute, flax fiber is obtained from the stem of the flax plant. After cutting of flax plant, these are left for retaining in stagnant water. Gummy matters and hold the fibers is destroyed by bacteria. One stem of flax plant roots completely flax fiber are separated from it. Separation of fibers from its stem is called sucking. Separated fibers then tied into the bundles and sent to factories for further process. Fibers of flax are soft, shiny and long. Uses of flax fibers. Some of the use of flax fibers are given below. Flax fiber are used in making linen and laces. It is used making fishing lines and nets. Some fine papers like cigarette papers is made from flax fiber. These seeds are used to make linseed oil, which is used for mixing in paints and varnish. It is also used for making linoleum. Coir. Coir is a kind of plant fiber which is obtained from coconut. Coir fiber is used to making rope, door mat, mattress, etc. The coconut fibers using for several benefits. Spinning cotton yarn. The cotton balls are loosened and cleaned. The loosening and cleaning of cotton balls is called carding. Then cotton fibers are converted into a rope-like loose strands. These strands called silver. Strands are the pulled and twisted to make yarn. Twisting make yarn stronger. This process of pulling and twisting of cotton is called spinning. Nowadays, spinning is done by machine in the spinning mills. A simple device which was used for spinning the strand by hand is called chakra and the other tool is called takli. Mahatma Gandhi used chakra as a symbol of freedom, weapons against English in the struggling of freedom. We encourage people to wear cloths made of homespun yarn and shun imported cloth made in the mill of Britain. Yarn into fabric. After spinning, yarns are used in making of fabric. Weaving the kitting are two main process used for making yarn to fabric. See the picture, shearing of a sheep, scoring in tank, scoring by machine, rolling into yarn. Follow the yarn and find out who wool is made. Groving, shearing, exporting, washing, guarding, combing, overing, spinning, weaving or kitting, final garments, and once again recycling of the waste material. Animal fiber. You are in the mall looking for an outfit. So many varieties, colors, shirts, texture, silk, cotton, crepe, linen, denim, leather, ethnic wear, party wear, casual wear, wondering what to choose. Did your ancestor have a choice like what do you have today? No, they had only animal hide, bark and leaves to cover themselves. Cloths were not a fashion statement then. Do you know that we were all naked unit? 1,70,000 years ago, humans started wearing clothes after the lost body hairs, which had protect them for climate extremes. Early cavemen wore animal hides and furs only for protection against extreme climate condition. The earliest clothing considered of fur, leather, leaves, or grass that was warped around the body. Fibers are the basis for all clothing. Fabric are made up of strand called yarn, which are made from even thinner strand called fiber. Fibers are two types. Natural fiber obtained from animals and plants. Example, cotton, silk, wool, etc. Synthetic fiber or man-made fiber. Example, nylon, polyester, etc. Wool is the fiber derived from the fur of animal of the Caprinae family. Sheep and goats, especially sheep. Sheep are the principal source of natural animal fiber, and there are more than 200 breeds of sheep worldwide. Let us learn more about wool and how they are processed in this chapter. Fibers obtained from animals are wool and silk. Wool comes mostly from sheep. It was the first fiber to be spun into yarn, and it provides more warmth than other animal fiber. Animals that yield wool. Apart from sheep, wool also comes from the Angora goat, yak, lamb, alpaca, and even camel. All these animals have a thick coat of hair or fleece, which keep them warm. Wool is obtained from the fleece. Sheep wool is more commonly available in India. In Tibet and Ladakh, yak wool is more common, whereas in Jammu and Kashmir it is the Angora wool. The famous fashion shawl come from the soft underfur of the Kashmir goat. In South America, the lamb and the alpaca yield wool. Wool from sheep. Sheep hair is formed by two types of fibers, the coarse braid hair and the fine soft underhair which is close to the skin. This fine hair provides the fiber to make wool. Sheep rearing. Sheep rearing is a branch of animal husbandry. Sheep are rearing mainly for their meat, wool and milk. Selective breeding. Selective breeding is a process of selecting the parents for obtaining special characters in the offspring. Selective breeding is done to have sheep with soft hairs. The Nali and Lohi breeds are found in Rajasthan and Punjab, the Rampur Bushar in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh, and the Baharwal in Jammu and Kashmir. Gujarat breeds the Marwar and Patna weight sheep. Each breed yield wool used for different purpose. Nalli breed wool used for making carpet wool. Pattern weight wools used for the hosiery. Lohi wool is very good quality and is used for making cloths. Baharwal wool is used for the shawl. Processing a fiber into the wool. The process of making fibers into wool is as follows. Shearing. Shearing is the first step in processing fiber into wool. It is the removal of fleecing of the sheep along with a thin layer of the skin. Generally, sheep are spread in warm weather, usually spring, as they do not require their woolly coats to keep them warm. Shearing is done with the help of mechanical shears and usually done by hand. Shearing does not hurt the sheep as the uppermost layer of the skin is dead. Scoring. Scoring is the process of washing the shad hairs. The woolen fibers are thoroughly washed in a big tank to remove grease, dust and dirty by fully mechanized machines. Sorting. Sorting is done after scoring. The separation of hairs to different texture and types. This is to separate the low and good quality fibers. Good quality wool from the soldier and side of the sheep is used for clothing, while the more inferior quality comes from the lower leg and is used for making rugs. Dyeing. Picking out of any remaining brush is followed by the dyeing of fibers in various colors. Since the natural fiber are mostly black, brown or white in color, they can be dyed in various colors. Straightening, combing and rolling. Once the dyeing process is completely, the fibers are strengthened, combed and rolled into the yarn. Longer fiber are made into wool for sweater, while the sweater fiber are spun and woven into the woolen cloth. Some of Indian breeds of sheep. Name of the breed, quality of wool. Lohi, good quality wool. Nali, carpet wool. Bagarwal, fur, woolen shawl. Marwar, corsi wool. Patanwadi for hosiery. Weaving. The process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric is called weaving. In this process of weaving, a continuous thread or threads. This set of threads is called weft back to forth across the set of lengthwise thread. This sheet of thread is called warp, so that the both set of threads are interlaced. Weaving of fabric is done on loom. The loom are either hand operated or power operated. Hand operator loom is called hand loom and power operator loom is called power loom. Hinting. Hunting is also processed to make fabric using yarn. Hunting is single yarn used to make a fabric. Hunting is done by the hand and also on machines. Socks, sweater, etc. are example for handy fibers. Weaving and hunting are used to making different kinds of fabric. These fabrics are used for a variety of clothing items. See the silk. Life cycle of the silk moth. Adult silkworm lay the eggs in the mulberry leaves. The mulberry leaves, the eating for the adult silkworm and getting the formation of larva, feed the leaves. Cocoons with pupa after come to the larva. Life cycle of silk moth. Adult silkworm are not worm, but their larva or caterpillar hatches for the egg of the silk moth. The life history of silk moth started when a female silk moth lay eggs. The larva or caterpillars hatches from the egg of the silk moth. These silkworms feed on fresh mulberry leaves. The silkworm growing in the size and then became a pupa. In the pupa stage, it weaves a net to hold itself. It then swings its head from side to side, secreting a fiber that hardens on contact with air. This fiber is made of protein and becomes the silk fiber. The caterpillar covers itself completely with silk fiber and turns into the pupa. This covering is known as cocoon. The moth continues to develop within the cocoon. The silk thread or yarn is obtained from the silk moth cocoons. See the flow chart. Egg, getting for the larva or caterpillar, and pupa and adult one. Animal fiber, silk. Have you ever noticed your mother wears silk saree which is executively beautiful? Are you not fascinated by its soft, silky, shiny texture? Don't you think that silk fabrics have timeless elegance and grace? Silk is known as the queen of fabrics. The origin of silk date back to ancient China. Legend that a Chinese princess was sipping tea in her garden when a cocoon fell into her cup and the hot tea loosened the long strand of silk. The rest in history. Even today, thousands of years after the first cocoon fell into the empress teacup, China is still the world's largest producer of silk. A silk production was labor intensive. It is used to be prohibitively expensive. Therefore, it was accessible to only royalty and wealthy people those days and was considered as a symbol of wealth. In this chapter, we will learn about the processing of silk, its types and properties, as well as the life cycle of silk moth and also about sericulture. Silk is a type of animal fiber production by the silkworm. Silk is an elastic, looser protein fibers. The soft silk threaded is as strong as the comparable steel thread. Silk takes well to dyes, which result in colorful fabrics. Silk has a soft feel and in appearance it has a shine and luminosity that make it look luxury. Silk tends to fall naturally and hanging delicately on the body. It is light in weight and it can be easily folded. Silk is also more heat resistant than many other fabrics. Silk fiber are not easily torn or damaged. It is a flexible material. It will quickly retake its original shape without winking even after stretching. Types of silk. Different type of silk moth yield different type of silk yarn such as mulberry silk, tassel silk, ear silk and monga silk. The most common silk moth used is mulberry silk moth. Its Latin name Bombax mori. Life cycle of silk moth. The life history of a silk moth started when a female silk moth lays egg. Actually, silkworm are not worm, but the larva of caterpillar hatches from the egg to the silk moth. The silkworm feed off fresh mulberry leaves. It grow in size and then become a pupa. In the pupa stage, it weaves a net to hold itself. It then swings its head from side to side, secreting a fiber that hardness of contact with air. This fiber is made up of protein and become the silk fiber. The caterpillar covers itself completely with silk fiber and this covering is known as cocoon. The moth continues to develop with the cocoon. The silk thread or yarn is obtained from the silk moth cocoon. Sericulture. Sericulture or silk farming is the rearing of silkworm for the production of raw silk. Silkworm are reared under suitable condition of temperature and humidity to obtain silk thread for their cocoons. The female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs. These are stored on strip of cloth or paper. Mulberry leaves are the staple diet of silkworm. When the mulberry tree bears a fresh crop of leaves, the eggs are warmed, suitable so that the larvae hatched from them. The larvae, caterpillars or silkworm are then stored in the clean bamboo tray and are fed freshly chopped mulberry leaves. They eat day and night and growing enormous size. The bamboo trays are provided with a small rack or twins to which the cocoons can be attached. This happens usually after 25 to 30 days when the caterpillars stop feeding and move to the twig or spin cocoon. The silk moth develop inside this cocoon. Processing of silk. Extracting silk from the cocoon is called processing silk. The first step is to separate the silk fiber from the cocoon. For this, they need to be exposed to warmth. Piles of cocoons are kept under the sun, boiled or exposed to steam. The warmth causes the milk silk fibers to separate from the rest of cocoon. The next step is called reeling the silk, which is process of delicately unwinding the fiber from the cocoon. Reeling is also done in special machine. The silk thread is the balanced and dyed into many shades. The silk fiber is then spun into the silk thread, which is then woven to the silk cloth by weavers. Peoples working in the wool industries sometimes get infection by the bacterium called anthrax. It leads to the fatal blood disease called Sortus disease. A respiratory disease, inhalation of various vapors arising from the cocoons, undergoing steaming, cooking, and reeling produce breathing problems, asthma, and other bronchial ailments. The first step is reeling is the boiling of cocoons in water to kill the worms. As a result of constant dipping in boiling water, the skin of the workers became a raw and blistered, resulting in peeling of the skin of hands and feet. History of clothing materials. In ancient times, people were not civilized and they used to live in forest without any clothes, that is naked. With the lapse of time to protect from the harsh climate, people started cover their body using bark and big leaves of tree or animal skin and furs. Gradually, they learned to twist grasses and fibers of trees and waved it to make longer pieces, which they used to cover their waist and modern skates. They also learned to twine the animal hairs to make rope like outfit. A revolution came after the invention of stitching needed about 50,000 years ago. With the help of stitching needle, people started to stitch the cloths made of bark and fibers of tree and animals which cannot fit their body. After learning the agriculture, people started to weave the plant material by hand to make cloths. People of China and Egypt started to make cloth from cotton in ancient period. When stitching was not known, people simply dropped the fabric around different part of their body. Many different ways of trapping fabric were used. Even today, sari, dhoti, lungi, and turban used as an unstitched piece of fabric. Initially, people started to wear cloths to protect their body from harsh climate. Slowly, cloths became the material of fashion along with protection from the harsh climate. Today, door and window also are decorated with beautiful cotton, different types of bedsheet, tablecloth, etc. are used to beautiful homes. Cloths of different design are used to cover and beautifully our body. Fiber, fabrics and cloths production became one of the biggest industries today. Fabric are made of fibers. There are two types of fiber, natural and man-made. Man-made fibers is not synthetic fiber also, as it is synthesized in laboratory. Cotton, silk, wool, jute, etc. are example of natural fiber, while nylon, terracotta, polyester, etc. are example of synthetic fibers. Natural fibers are of two types, plant fibers and animal fibers. Fiber which we get from plant source are called plant fiber. For example, cotton, jute, flax, hair. Fibers which we get for animal source called as animal fiber. For example, wool and silk, etc. Fibers are pulled and twisted to make yarn. Yarn is used making of fabrics. There are mainly two methods of making fabrics using yarn, weaving and hinting. In weaving, two steps of yarn are arranged together to make fabric. In the process of hinting, usually only one yarn is used. Weaving a fabric is done on looms. The looms are either hand operator or power operator. Hand operated looms are called hand looms, and power operator looms are called power loom. In ancient times, people used to cover their body with the bark of trees, long leaves of tree, animal skin, and animal furs, etc. Thank you.